Hello, I wanted to make another video on my series, and this one, the purpose of this video is to kind of explain to you more about the public schools, universities, colleges, and how this idea that colleges and universities, I want to explain to you how out of all the colleges and universities and high school, the people who are the most unhinged and out of touch with reality are the administration. These people, out of all the people in that, are the biggest cocksucking sycophants that there are. The reason why these people are that way is because of this. Well, I would tell most people, when you're a kid, if you are around these people, the average kid would be in high school maybe from 14 to 17. Your bullshit detector isn't fine-tuned. The reason is because you simply have no experience. But as you get older, you realize that these people are the most unhinged. Why? Because these people have never spent a day in their real life in the real world. Being in a university, a college, or high school environment in education is a fake environment. And I guarantee you, if these people who are in academia went in the real world, their egos will and have been crushed. If you don't believe that, why don't you go out and try to get a job with a PhD in English? Even if you don't have a PhD in English, call job agencies, say I have a bachelor's degree in English, and you will see how many people hang up in your face. Not even an agency job will get you a job with that. When you're a kid, your bullshit detectors are not fine-tuned. As an adult, you realize that these people are probably, if in the real world they went and got a job, would fare out the worst. The reason is because university and college and high school are artificial environments. They're artificial environments that reward you for being special when you're not special. I can tell you the principal in my school had been in education for 20 years, Miss Barazin. I can tell you she is the most out of touch with reality. Why? Because she never went in the real world. In the real world, these people would crush them. Literally, these people would be crushed. I saw a video of an adjunct professor. She said, I have my PhD in French literature. I feel like a failure. It's like, you feel like a failure, you're right about that thing, because you are a failure. You never learned how the real world works. And these people, if they went into the real world, they would be torn apart in a second. Because they never understood how the real world works. They've been in an environment that has been pampering and protecting them, when the real world, nobody's special. Nobody will pamper and protect you. Nobody will have your back. In the real world, people will tear you apart. That's why, in high school, I'll be honest with you, I was bullied. However, I realized, from an evolutionary standpoint, bullying is meant to teach you resilience. And in that environment, I wasn't very good. But when I went into the real world, I would say I fared out better than most people. When I realized that I have zero student loan debt, zero debt in general, while most of my friends have hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, they have a job that they could have easily got out of high school, same pay, they are very educated, they have lots of degrees. They never in their lives got a job with that degree. The jobs that they have are jobs that they could have easily got out of high school, in security. And then on top of that, these people want to go get more education, when it's very, very clear that the education system has been duping these people into giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars, and now these people are indentured slaves. My point is, This is an artificial environment. These people have never went into the real world and understood what it takes to be in the real world. I can tell you the principal is the most unhinged, delusional person, has no idea what the real world works, has no idea what they're talking about. The real reason is because they've never been in the real world. In that environment, yeah, sure. But in the real world, their ideas would be torn apart. Like, I've seen it in the real world. I've worked at a warehouse. I've seen if you say something wrong or stupid, they will tear you apart in a second. And these people, their egos aren't able to take it. Their subconscious cannot admit that they are not special. That's why when you're in high school, if you're 19, realize that your teachers and the principal are some of the most delusional people and never learned how the real world works, are unsuccessful, been taught that their worthless degrees and their equally worthless careers are more important than people. And you know what? If your teachers are miserable and old and stuck at home with their 12 dildos and a dog that is kept there against its will because nobody wants to fuck them because they're too fucking old and they haven't realized after a certain age that your worthless degree and your worthless career are not more important than people, and now these people are 40 years old, they can't get married, say they just want a boyfriend? No, you don't want just a boyfriend, you can't get married because once, like after a certain age, if you're 35 and you're not married, it's clear that it's you who's the problem. It ain't the guy, it's you. And that's why these people are delusional. They don't want to admit that they have a problem, that they're undesirable, that they're disgusting, that no man will ever want to be with them. The sole reason is, first of all, they don't want to work. They don't want to get a real job. They think they're special. Their own subconscious cannot handle the fact that they are low IQ fucks.